All right, man. Tell me more about the headphones that you use.
Yeah, I mean, right now these are called Cos Porta Pro Black. Like it's the black edition
Hmm.
here.
Yeah, see, I was
I
looking
just
into
sent
those,
you like.
but the Porta Pros don't have a microphone on it or something like that. But the Porta Pro X's do or something.
Okay. Okay, so I got a special one that's sold by this company called Mass Drop. I think they call themselves Drop now.
Yeah,
What
Mass
they
Drop.
do
Yeah,
is they yeah, they changed their name. Now they're Drop
they're
because
just
they
drop.
start doing they do in-house manufacturing of specific where like they order bundles, but then now I think they just make deals with companies and then they design and develop some of those products with those companies so they can cut costs.
Hmm.
And so it's like a drop exclusive. And so I got my headphones, which is the Cost Porta Pros, with the mic for 25 bucks through Massdrop. So on my headphones right now, it'll say Massdrop and then it's like a special edition color navy blue
Hmm.
and it has the mic. So I forgot that I read about this. The ones that do have a mic are more expensive,
Yeah, they're for
and
50
I
bucks.
know.
If you don't get it from Drop, I actually found out about that Drop website too. But
Yeah,
they are dropping the ones that you have in September, so you can pre-order them, but you won't be getting them till September.
yeah. So it's not worth it.
As of right
These
now, no.
these headphones
Hmm.
are not worth 50 bucks. I don't think they are. $25 for this quality, of course, like you should put that money down. But for 50 bucks, I mean, they're still really good and you'll enjoy them, but I don't think it's worth it. I'll try to find you a nice replacement set. Sorry, not replacement.
I
What's
mean,
the
they
word?
basically will be replacement sets because I'm actually using my dad's
Oh
headphones
yeah.
right now. We are in
Okay.
a pretty frugal state when it comes to our equipment. So,
Yeah, yeah. So replacement headphones. I mean, I've done a bunch of research. The ones I usually use, the ones you've seen, the big ones, right? Those are wait, have you seen them?
the big ones that you own,
Yeah, yeah.
which brand are they again?
Those are Bayer Dynamics. It's a German company.
Ooh, I
I'm
don't
pretty
think I've
sure.
seen them then.
Dude, the it was a life-changing experience when I listened to
Really?
music on those. It was insane.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
How come? Like, does it just sound infinitely better?
Yeah, like these are supposed to be used in a studio, right? So
Oh shit.
there is no distortion of the sound signature. I mean, if there is, it's very little.
Hmm.
The thing with headphones like Beats or just really any commercially available very popular headphones like Beats,
Hmm.
they try to make the sound very geared towards the people listening to it. And people that listen to beats, they usually like bass. They're looking for a lot of bass. They want to feel that, right?
Right.
And so the sound that you get out of those isn't really representative of the music that you're listening to. It's altered.
Mm.
And Bayer Dynamics tries to get rid of all that altering. It makes it very neutral, and so it might not sound as good, but it's what the music is supposed to sound like most of the time.
That makes a lot of sense. So you are basically listening to what the music producer wants you to listen to, basically.
Exactly,
Yeah,
the
okay.
intended sound.
Got you. Yeah, I've noticed that with Beats a lot, dude. They kind of focus on bass a lot more than any other company.
Yeah, pretty trashy headphones, man.
Yeah.
You know, part of the cost literally goes into adding weight to the headphones. Like it's useless. It's just weight to
Yeah.
the headphones.
I was like looking at this link that explained the like how much individual components of that Beats headphone cost, and it ended up being like 30 40 bucks, but the headphones sell
Yeah,
for like 150.
exactly.
It's like what?
That markup is insane.
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
It's mostly the brand.
Yeah, good headphones can really change your life. I'm telling you, this shit's crazy.
Bear Dynamics, you said?
Yeah, so Beyerdynamic.
Of course they gotta add a Y in the middle, dude. Gotta be edgy. Bear.
No, it's a German company. The guy's last name was
Oh,
Bayer
that's his
or
last name.
Bayer. Right? Maybe it's Bayer. Yeah, maybe it's Bayer.
Damn,
dynamic.
dude. R.I.P., dude. Actually, I'm not even sure if that guy's dead or alive, so I probably shouldn't be saying R.I.P. But
Uh,
didn't mean to offend y'all Germans out there, dude. I had no idea how to spell bear in
is this
German.
guy dead? I don't know.
I don't know. I just wanted to make sure that we are in good standing with the Germans. That's all I was trying to do.
Yes, you would not want to be on the bad side of the Germans.
No, you don't, dude. No, you don't. Man. Let's get into it.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Five, four, three, two, one. Welcome to the what is it? Fourth now? Fourth episode?
This is the fourth one, and this is the second triple threat.
Oh yeah, we'll be
Uh,
doing a triple threat segment again. We'll be saving
okay, I'm
the.
gonna ask first this time. You asked first the last time. I want to ask this time.
All right. Yeah.
We can
So
like keep switching off.
yeah, makes sense, dude. But yeah, basically we're saving the second part of the BLM podcast for next week. Hopefully, hopefully Justin has time next week to do it. He didn't have time this week to do it, so we're just kind
Yeah,
of switching off and we're doing the triple threat segment again. And Karthik, you're up, dude.
hope y'all enjoy this. Okay, so my first question: would you rather be the first person to explore a new planet, or be the inventor of a drug that cures deadly diseases, or one deadly disease?
I don't. What are the pros of the first option? What's the best thing that's gonna come out of me exploring a new planet?
I mean, assume you can go back with information about that new planet,
Yeah, but like,
and assume like this is an actual expedition to a new planet that humans have discovered.
yeah, I hear you, but like, there's just so many unknown dangers on that planet, dude. I would much rather invent something that helps like thousands of people out on this
Hmm.
planet. I mean, think about it, dude. It's like it'll end up being like a combination of Halo and Avatar, bro. You're there, you have no idea what's going on. There may be life there, there may not be life there. Wait, are we talking about Mars right now, or are we talking about some like crazy planet that's not even in this universe? Because if it's Mars, then sure, I'll be going to Mars, dude. Because there are no Martians over there. But if you're talking about some random planet, dude, that we've not heard of, and we have some Star Wars like ships that can just take us across galaxies and universes, dude. Nah, bro, I'm good. I'd much rather just invent something on this planet that'll help out thousands. But honestly, depends on which planet, dude. Are we talking about like Mars or like Neptune? Like, are we talking about a planet from this universe or this galaxy
Oh,
rather?
I want to put it in terms of impact. This is more a question about, are you an explorer or are you someone like a giver, right?
Mm,
So I, I guess even exploring is a way of giving, but that's a different line of thinking. But the idea is you going to that planet, whatever
yeah,
planet it may be. Consider it present time, but you go to that planet and you come back with information that can have the same amount of impact that that the cure for the deadly disease could have.
that definitely puts those two things in equal footing, I guess. Um, let me think about it out loud, dude. In terms of fame, people definitely know Neil Armstrong more than Mary Curie, for example. Like Neil Armstrong is definitely well known. Going to someplace out in space is definitely cooler. It has that it has that explorer vibe to it. Hmm. If it's an equal footing, dude, I am actually gonna go with exploring the planet.
Hmm.
What about you, dude?
I don't know. I'm thinking about it, and I definitely lean more towards the explorer side. I mean, I've considered the Air Force because I wanted to be an astronaut and stuff like that. Going to another planet has always been something that's been in my mind.
Dude.
But inventing a drug that cures a deadly disease is not only helpful
Hmm.
to a lot of people on Earth, but it's also very, very lucrative.
Yeah, I'm sure this is some kind of personality test on some level too. It's like, would you rather do something cool or like, do something that helps people out, but you don't necessarily get the recognition that you will perhaps get if you went to a different planet and you were the first person to step foot on that planet. You know what I'm saying?
No, but think about it like this. You make the money by curing the deadly disease, and
Hmm.
then you spend it on going to the planet.
I mean, you can, but you're not gonna be the first. You know, you're just gonna be a you're just gonna be a visitor.
Hmm. Okay, so yeah, I guess we should put that clause into the question. You won't be the first to explore that planet if you decide to do the drug invention.
Well, yeah, you
Okay.
can only do so much. You know, you can only
Hmm.
do so much in your life, dude, and you only have a certain amount of time. So if you're out there finding the vaccine, the cure for a disease on this planet, you're definitely not gonna be the first one to who's gonna end up.
Go to the new planet.
Yeah,
Okay, okay.
yeah. So I'm sure you can, just visit. I guess if that service ever becomes available, but as of right now, you can only do one of the two. You said that you're leaning towards the planet, right?
Yeah, I'd explore the planet then.
Me too, dude. There's just a certain allure, there's just a certain cool factor. And I've always wanted to go to space too, so that's something that I wanted to do when I was a
Being an
kid.
explorer, man.
Yeah, dude. There's a certain kind of edge to that. I mean,
You know, growing up,
go on, go on.
like I felt sad at times because so many things had already been explored. Like most of Earth has already been charted out. Most people know all of the islands that exist. It's
Yeah,
not
the
like you can just go out
land at
and
least, yeah.
land. Yeah, I mean, going to the depths of the ocean is kind of interesting, but it doesn't seem that interesting because it's dark as hell. I mean, you're not going to find that much stuff
Word.
besides. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's interesting. I'll give it that. It is very interesting going down there to that depth, but I really don't think it's as interesting as interacting with the things on land.
Exactly. But I don't think it kind of even competes with going to a different planet, bro. That's just next level.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, here's my question,
Crazy.
right? Um,
Hmm.
as of right now, the main options, like when you die, are you're either buried or cremated. But they're so mainstream, dude. They're boring. If you could come up with a creative way to do something with your body after you die, taxidermy perhaps. I've heard of a service that turns your ashes into vinyl records so that your relatives can play it later. What would you do instead of being buried or cremated?
Okay, well, definitely not vinyl music because that's just like listen to that sounds like death music. I don't want them to listen to death music.
No, you can choose the
Um,
song, bro. Like it's not gonna.
oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just
I
a
thought
record being made with your ashes, but like, yeah, it's not. Oh my god, bro, that'd be so
I
depressing.
thought it was just it's the sound of like all of your coagulated ashes, and then they just produce some random sound and you put that and you
Oh
listen
my
to
god,
you listen
dude,
to someone's death. Okay, no, that's a lot darker. So you're
that'd be the
saying like choose a theme
shittiest
song and then
music.
die with
Yeah, yeah, they will
it.
just use your ashes to kind of make that vinyl record, but it can be whichever song you want it to be. I mean, I'm not presenting you in with just two options and asking you to choose from just those two. I'm just saying that these are
Right,
kind of
right.
examples, but you can be a tree when you die and stuff like that. You can do anything.
Yeah, that's the one I was gravitating towards. I mean, take my ashes and like probably plant a tree somewhere, you know.
Dude, that sounds like a bootleg version of Take My Horses to the Old Town Road, bruh. Take my ashes. But dude, a tree, bro. Your relatives are gonna have to water it, make sure that it's all right. There's a chance that it might die.
That's okay. I mean, I'd leave them with a manifesto saying, "Hey, I'm dead. Don't worry if my tree dies, though."
True. Fair enough, man. That's
No,
legit.
that's a short, simple version of it. I would say like, "Hey, it's the cycle of life. As I've died, so will this tree at some point,
Yeah, yeah.
and life just keeps coming back." You know?
Fair enough, dude. You're leaving your grandsons and shit with like a history lesson,
Yeah,
like a lesson in life.
yeah,
Respect,
yeah,
dude.
yeah, yeah.
Respect. I would personally,
What about you?
if I'm just joking around, I would love to be like taxidermied in a weird position. You know when
Uh,
like when you're buried in a casket, they have like a whole I'm not sure. I've never been to one, so I'm not sure about the terms. But like they basically lay you in an open casket so people can come and see you and pay you respects, right?
Wait, oh, with the casket. I thought you meant with the taxidermy, and I was just like, no, I don't pay respect to a taxidermy.
No, no, no. You know how like when your plan is to be buried, right? Like they
Right.
have an open casket ceremony kind of thing where people come to you and you're just laying in your casket and then people pay you respects. They can give you flowers and stuff like that. They can put you on and then they leave. You know what I'm talking about?
No, I'm not actually. I'm not.
Really? You've never seen that in movies or TV shows or anything?
Are you talking about like at the grave, at the cemetery, a person goes and then they like pray and then not pray, but like pay their respects and then they cry and then they leave some flowers?
Yeah, that's the part two of this whole thing. So part one is there's this thing called I'm not sure what it's called actually, but it's something like an open casket ceremony or something
Funeral?
like that. So if you
Okay.
if you want to look that up, you can. It's basically they have this it's not that much different in terms of what's being said and stuff as the part that you were talking about where they lower the casket into the ground and put dirt over it. This is the part before that where they have you, and in this scenario you're dead. They have you in that casket and the casket is open. It's half open, and so people can basically see you one last time and then pay their respects. And they usually like put a rose or something down on your chest, and you're dressed in a suit and all that. And it's like a final goodbye to people who were not there when you died.
Yeah, okay, I get that. I mean, they do that for some soldiers too, right?
Yeah, it's like an open casket thing, and only like friends and family are called and stuff like that. But yeah, it's
So
basically
you want
like,
that kind?
no, I'm saying that if I'm just joking around, I would love to do that. But instead of me being in a casket, I am taxidermied in a funny position. I'm like I'm like over there in the position of it's like me playing an instrument or me playing a piano or some goofy like that. Because I think death is a pretty dark subject, but it doesn't have to be. And
Yeah,
let's take a page out of the our neighbors down south where they decorate their caskets, and it's a joyous kind of occasion because it's the
right.
passing of the person to the afterlife. And if that person was nice to everyone on the planet, they'll be going to heaven. So there's no reason for you to be sad. They're in a better place. So yeah, I just want to bring that back. I want to make people laugh one more time, dude. I love making people laugh so much that when I die, bro, I would love to be taxidermied and put in such a position that when people walk in that room and they're sad, they're crying, oh no, he passed away, he was a friend, he was a family member, whatever. They see me and then
Right.
they start chuckling, dude, and then they all start talking about me, and then it goes from being a sad conversation to a fun and memorable one, dude. And that's what I'm aiming
Right.
for.
Right, right. Yeah, no, I like it. I feel like the same effect could be achieved from so what you said is very similar. I mean, you could get the same reaction
Hmm.
out of playing a really funny song and then putting that on the record, right? So like,
Yes.
what's a funny song? Like if you put Jordan Belfort on a vinyl after and put your ashes with that vinyl. Oh my god.
I was gonna say you put one of those little Dicky songs on there, bro.
Lil Dicky's funny, bro.
Yeah. So that'll have the kind of same effect, same comedic effect.
Yeah, I can't find the song, but yeah, Jordan Belfort.
That's all right, dude. But yeah, we have the same
It,
idea then, dude. Just why are we making our deaths like a sad occasion that people,
yeah,
they wouldn't want to remember it? No
yeah.
one wants to remember something sad, bro, but everyone wants to remember something joyous and fun and eventful.
Right, right.
All right, man.
No need for the sadness.
Yeah.
Anyways, next question.
Yeah, what you
My
got?
end. No music or no movies?
For how long? Your whole life?
Yeah, just from now on. No music or no movies.
Damn. See, this question is kind of since we have TV shows these days that are so prevalent, and I actually don't even watch movies that much, dude. So I'm right off the bat leaning towards no movies. But if you kind of tweak the question and make it something like, oh, you can't even watch TV shows anymore, then it becomes more interesting, dude. Because now I really have to think, which one do I value more?
Yeah, it's supposed to be like no movies and no TV shows, but like videos on YouTube is okay, but no short films, you know?
Got you. So there is YouTube, but there's no Netflix, there's no Hulu, there's
Yeah,
no
none of those
Amazon.
long
Okay,
long form media contents.
right. And then no movies either. So no movie theaters. I do like my music, dude. I do like my
Same.
music. I am gonna have to go towards. I'll choose music, and I'm okay with not having any TV shows and movies.
Why?
Uh, from a more like logical point of view, like I don't even really watch Netflix that much anymore. Like all the content that I really watch are short clips that I watch on YouTube. So if you take
Right.
TV shows away from the equation, it's not gonna matter to me that much. But music, dude, I use music when I'm studying, when I'm showering, when I'm working out. I feel like taking music away from my life is gonna have a much more drastic effect than you taking
Yeah.
like Netflix away from me, basically, because that's how I really watch TV shows on. What about you,
Yeah.
dude?
Music definitely. I mean,
You're
I
choosing
love
music?
movies. Yeah.
Okay,
I
okay,
would
okay.
keep music because see, I love movies, but I have to dedicate time to watch movies.
True.
I can listen to music in the background and it can be the center stage sometimes, right?
Amen.
It's not as dimensional as a movie because there's just so many different things that can be done with film because
Yeah,
you can have music and pictures together and that creates an experience, but music is just so diverse. You get it everywhere and it doesn't take as much time. It can make difficult things a lot easier and it just makes life a lot more fun. So yeah, music all the way.
for sure, dude. It's that Swiss Army knife of entertainment because you can use it anywhere, dude.
Yeah,
And you
yeah,
can, yeah, just like you said, you don't have to uh put your entire attention towards that.
yeah,
You can have something else going in the background, and then I mean have the music going in the background while you're doing other things. So yeah.
right, right.
All right. Here's my question, dude. What's legitimately the craziest thing you would do for $10,000? And people ask this question using the scenario of millions of dollars and shit. Nah, dude, 10,000 is a lot of money. Like people have killed for way less than 10,000. So 10,000 is a very significant amount of money. What do you see
For
yourself doing?
10,000?
Yeah, what do you see yourself doing for 10,000?
Hmm. It's a hard question, man. Like instant 10,000 in cash?
Yeah, there's a dude who comes up to you, or it can be anyone. A person comes up to you with 10,000 in a briefcase, and I want you to picture this scene playing out. And what can that person ask you to do, right? Like the craziest thing that person can ask you to do that you will say yes to.
You would ask me to do is to
Yeah,
keep the money safe or keep the drugs safe or something like that, you know?
yeah, but
Like he would just give me a bag and then tell me never to open it, and then like maybe in a couple of days he'll come back and he'll ask for that box again and I'll be paid very handsomely, some sort of situation like that. And in that situation I'd probably say yes.
oh, that's interesting. But the question was more along the lines of what's the craziest thing you would do for $10,000? Like that's essentially the question.
I mean Craziest thing I would do? I don't know. It's just I'm trying to think of crazy things that cost $10,000, and
No, it doesn't have to. It's the question's asking you for actions. So obviously, if I'm guessing this, I'm not sure what how you would react to this, but if someone came to me with $10,000 and asked me to kill someone, I would say no, right? Because $10,000 doesn't merit me killing someone, at least to me right now. So if someone came with $10,000 and asked me to um, like speed on the highway, I would do that in a heartbeat because that's nothing, you know? So it's just like there's levels to it. And I'm asking you, realistically, how crazy are you willing to get for $10,000 in cash? Hmm?
I yeah, I mean, I just try to be reliable, I guess, whatever that person asks me. If it's something like, again, I just keep going back to the whole like moving, moving drugs, right? I keep
Okay.
going back to that analogy because typically in these situations, if you're gonna be paid about like $10,000 or even 5,000 or 7,000, 8,000, those kinds of amounts, you're carrying something that's worth a lot more. Whatever's in that bag is probably worth a lot more than 10K. So if I just keep that with me for a while, he won't tell me what's in it. He is going to tell me not to look inside it, but I'm obviously going to know it's something dangerous. So I'm just going to keep it somewhere, make sure nobody sees it, nobody sees me with the bag, and that's it. At some point, I'm going to get the
Mm.
10,000. This is an optimistic look at it, but yeah,
You,
that's probably the craziest thing. Otherwise, like if he's asking me to kill someone or do something like that, I would not do that. It's just there's too much risk. This is the uh, like I'm already putting myself in risk by like taking that bag. Is it? And the thing is, I don't trust the guy.
bro,
If I trusted the
you're
guy,
making this so realistic. I am just talking about a situation where someone asks you to do something, right, for the $10,000. Like, would you like go skydiving, for example, for 10,000? Just stuff like that, dude. Like that person comes up to you and says, "Yo, if you do this thing, you get to have this 10,000 in cash."
oh, like it doesn't have to be anything dark,
No, it
like
doesn't have to. Like,
killing people.
what's
Okay,
the craziest thing you see yourself doing?
okay.
Yeah,
I
dude,
was
it doesn't
just
have to be
thinking of
like,
all of these dangerous things, man. I was just
nah,
like,
nah, nah.
okay, he's probably gonna ask me to go and kill someone, and
Yeah, I was like, dude,
then I'm gonna
wow,
get the
why
10K.
is this? Why is Carl turning this into such a serious, like a realistic situation, dude? Nah, nah, you can
Yeah,
do anything, bro. But it definitely has to be something that you don't really see yourself doing for no money, but now that someone's offering you 10,000, like now that you are willing to do it.
I was gonna say like eat meat, but nah, I wouldn't do it.
Really? 10,000?
Really, really, I
All
wouldn't
right,
do
all
it.
right. You know what? Let's change the question up a little bit then. How much does someone have to pay you for you to eat meat?
I don't know.
Bro, if someone comes up to you with 100,000 in cash and says, "Yo, here's a piece of, I don't know, fish or meat, beef or chicken, anything, dude," and all you gotta do is try it because you have never tried meat in your life, and all you gotta do is try it, and that money is yours. Like, how much that does that amount have to be for you to just kind of put aside your morals and your, all of the stuff that you grew up with?
See, that's really hard because then who are you if you're not the person you decided to be, you know?
Yeah, I guess it depends on how much money it takes for you to kind
So
of.
what was the number again?
I mean, the original number was 10,000, but now the question is, how much money can someone offer you for you to try meat for the first time ever?
I've gotten this question a lot of times before. It's usually inconclusive, but let
Yeah,
me
let's
think
try and
about
make
it.
let's try and make it conclusive this time.
It has to be an amount of money that would take care of me, my family, and future generations in a way that I can explain why sometimes it is better to go against your own values.
Sure, but
And
you don't have to tell this to anyone. You don't have to tell someone. You don't have to tell your family that
oh,
this
so
ever
no one
happened.
knows.
No
It's
one
just me
knows.
that knows.
Yeah, no one knows, dude.
Oh, okay. Still gonna be a high number.
Yeah, of course. All right, let me start the auction off at $1 million. Would you eat a piece of meat for $1 million? And no one knows about it again. So would you eat a piece for $1 million?
Let me think about it. Damn, this is hard.
Yeah.
See, like I'm trying to see if I can if I can get higher numbers, you know? Like is there a cap to this? Can I just keep going up?
You can, but like
Raise the price?
yeah, we're just trying to figure out
Right,
where the
right,
bar
right,
is
right.
set. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get rid of that voice in my head saying like go higher, go higher.
Go higher.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Um
You know what's fascinating, dude? When you ask this kind of question to people, like they say no to like such insane amounts of money. Like they'll say no to doing something kind of basic for like a million or 10 million, and in reality, dude, that will never happen. Like if someone showed up with $1 million in cash, like that's so much money, dude. That's so much
right.
money.
But then is that not the devil in play right there?
Dude, we're not getting philosophical with this.
You're just trying to come up with a number.
Yeah, dude, we're just trying to find the damn
Okay.
number here, bro. And again, no one knows about this because you were making this about, oh, I have to like explain my actions to other people. You don't have to do that. You can lie to them and say that you made some great investments and that's how you ended up with this amount of money.
$1 million. Hmm. Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's hard to really put it into perspective because I don't have the $1 million right in front of me.
Hmm.
Can't see the amount of money. I can only think about what it could do. And like it's all just potential, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, just say $1 million.
Yeah, I mean, if it helps you choose $1 million, I mean, you have to have a six-figure job, and you will have to work that job for like 10 years if you want to earn that. If your net worth is going to be $1 million, you'll have to work a six-figure job for 10 years to get that amount of money. But if you're talking about like you ever in your life having $1 million in your hand and you're ready to spend it on anything you want, dude, you will probably have to work like 20, 25 years of like a really, really cushy job to have that kind of
Mm.
money in your hand. So that's a crazy amount of money, dude.
Yeah, yeah, I'd probably do it for a million.
Million. Yeah. Seems legit, dude.
And you're right about that, by the way. People do say high amounts. It's because they believe in their own values, and
Yeah.
their values aren't really being tested. It's just a question, and you can give any price for your value. And of course, people are going to price their values at a very high price, right?
Right.
But the moment it's put into question, and then they can easily trade their values for something that they probably value more than they
Exactly.
thought they valued the other thing, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so
They'll make
it
a
ends up being
decision.
a hypothetical question versus question with money attached to it, an insane
Right,
amount of money attached to it. So yeah, it's I
right, right, right.
very few people will say no to $1 million in cash, you know.
here, I'll tell you why I might do it for 1 million. It's
Okay.
because look, you do it for maybe 1 billion or even more than that, then you're set for life. You gave up one value one time and then you're set for life. And the only reason you're at that level is because you gave up on your value. But $1 million,
Yeah.
you'll be set for a little while, but you can run out of it and you're not going to be able to take care of everyone. You still have to work. You still have to put your other values into work. You still have to be a good person. You still have to do the things that you want to do in life and offer other people good uh, to get to those higher points in life, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. That's fair. But also, you gotta understand that the whole notion of the rich are getting richer is because they have a lot of money to invest and a lot of money to work with. So if you're given $1 million, the chance, I mean, if you're a smart dude, the chances that you'll run out of that money quickly is it's very low.
No, that's
If
what
you're
I'm
smart,
saying.
yeah, you'll put that money in the stock market, you'll invest it, and yeah, you'll just keep getting the returns. So if you play it right, dude, you can totally live off that $1 million, because that essentially becomes that initial investment amount through which you reap the benefits of your whole life.
Right, and that's the thing. You still have to use your head in order to survive with that amount. Sure, you'll survive for a little bit and you could live lavishly for a little bit, but you take that money and then you're smart with it, you maintain your values, then you're able to grow it and you're able to help more people. It's not like your life is just completed and you can do everything you want because you gave up your value once. I'm not really a fan of that because it really takes away your, like, who are you if you gave up something that you believed in and then you got everything, like life is just solved for you because you did nothing for yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, at a certain point, you got to say no to money, because if you say yes to money in that instance, you are going to be pretty hollow. You're going to be
Yeah,
pretty empty.
you would be hollow.
Yeah. Dope, man. What you got for
I
me?
mean, I
Last
can't
question.
ask you what's your price on this because, like, I mean, you eat, so it's all good. Um, Last question, right?
Hmm.
Okay, pull that up. Okay, so Team DC or Team Marvel?
Now, can we get a tiny bit more specific? Are we talking about movies or comics, or you're just going to leave it kind of open-ended?
Open ended. Which one do you like more? Like, which side do you side with? Not just movies, just character wise. Think about the universes, different stuff like that.
Bro, this is such a loaded question, dude. Because if you
Yeah, it's a loaded question.
if you ask me this question like 8 or 10 years ago, when the first, like before the first Iron Man movie came out, I would have chosen DC, because I love the DC comics significantly more than the Marvel comics. The DC comics were gold, dude.
Right,
They were gold. But ever since the MCU started putting up movies, dude, and DC did the same, but their movies didn't succeed nearly at the same rate as Marvel did.
right.
Oh man. But just to choose one, man, oh my god, bro. I'm a I'm a fan of Marvel movies, but I'm a fan of DC comics. So now I'm just thinking about which one I value more.
So, did you read a lot of comics?
I did, dude. I did.
That's cool. I never really was into comics that much. Just Sunday comics, the
Yeah.
newspapers.
I mean, I wasn't hardcore into it, but I just read the stuff that I got my hands on.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. The Justice League, dude. Batman, Superman versus, oh, dude, we have to factor in the X-Men into the Marvel universe as well. So it's basically two different franchises.
Are you a fan of the X-Men? I'm really not.
Not the movies. Again, if you're someone who wasn't around comics and you just watch the movies, then the movies were not very well made. So I can totally see why someone who didn't read the comics is not a fan of the X-Men universe. But I mean, if you're talking about the characters and the cast and the plots, the X-Men, dude, is gold. Let me put it
Hmm.
this way, dude. Comics wise, DC is gold, X-Men is gold, but the Avengers and like that side of Marvel is not as well. If we're talking about movies, then DC's not that good, X-Men is not that good, but Marvel movies are the shit. So
Okay.
this is such a
So which
loaded
one is
question.
it?
This is such a loaded question, bro. This is such a loaded question. I am gonna have to go with um yeah, DC it is, dude. DC it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, those comics, bro. Cannot just put that whole decade of comic book reading experience aside, bro. They're just so golden. They're so
It's
golden.
grittier.
Yeah, dude, and just Batman, bro. Like Batman
Yeah.
just by himself, bro. Kind of skews the whole thing. Just one
Yeah, yeah.
character skews the whole thing. What about you, dude?
It's DC for me. I mean, okay, so in terms of movies, Marvel did it right. They found a formula and they stuck with that formula for all of those movies, and it worked out and it's great.
Right.
And they portrayed these characters in a way that's it's just fun to watch. They have that Marvel strength, that they have all of these powers and they all work together so well. And then all of the serious moments are broken up by funny moments, and it just like relieves the tension and they're able to keep us interested. That's the movie side. Outside of that, I'm not that interested in those characters,
Mm-hmm.
except maybe Iron Man and Spider-Man, right? And maybe
Oh,
Hulk. Those three guys.
yeah. I kind of feel the
But
same way.
then,
So you're making this decision based on which characters you like more?
yeah, I mean it's the universe, right? So
Right,
who
right.
the people who bring in the money are the characters that are in the universe. So I like those three characters. But then you switch over to DC, then you get this gritty atmosphere. You get Batman, and I mean, do we have to talk about Batman? Just like the philosophy of what he does
Yeah, dude, it's
is
so deep.
incredible.
I'm I'm
It's deep. It's
I'm
really
pretty
deep.
sure that people have gotten their PhDs over Batman and that genre.
Maybe, maybe I don't know, but Batman, that's a big one. Then you have Superman, obviously, but he's overpowered in my opinion. Um,
He really is, dude. And also, by the way, shout out to Batman villains as well, dude.
right, dude, Joker. Oh God,
So good, dude.
insane.
So
The
good.
antithesis of
So good.
Batman.
Yeah.
Bane. Bane is also incredible.
Yeah, dude. Just the whole dynamic. We can talk about Scarecrow, we can talk about Penguin, we can talk about Mr. Freeze, we can talk about all of these guys, bro.
And okay, so this goes into another point of mine.
Hmm.
I've played video games from both sides, right? And the main video game from the Marvel side was Spider-Man. And I didn't play the one on the PS4, I played the old one. And like the OG Spider-Man 2. Do you remember that game?
I don't remember playing it. I really got into video games kind of recently, dude. Like
Okay.
my first gaming console was PlayStation 3.
Okay. So this is before the PlayStation 3. This was when PS2 was big. I was like in elementary school, I think second or third grade. I
Hmm.
played Spider-Man 2 and I had some of the best fucking moments playing that game. But I'm telling you, man, and up till now, still one of the best games I have ever fucking played was Batman Arkham City. That game is insane. Have you played it?
Dude, I have played it. I'm actually playing Arkham Knight right now, dude.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen you going through Arkham Knight. How do you like it?
Bro, it's so good, dude.
It's so good.
It's so good.
It's so good.
It's so good.
And like you just think about what Batman does. Okay, we're just making this about Batman. We should
Yeah,
probably bring it back to
dude.
the
Yeah,
original question,
we can
dude.
honestly talk
It's
about Batman for hours, bro.
we could make a whole podcast about Batman,
Yeah.
but Marvel or DC, it has to be DC. We can go because you can go into detail about Superman and everything, every little like superpower that he has, and screw that, just DC villains, Justice League villains like Darkseid.
Oh
Dude,
yeah.
Darkseid could destroy Thanos easily.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing that made him that powerful was the stones, with the six Infinity Stones, right?
Exactly.
But Darkseid's powerful just by himself, dude.
Darkseid is literally a god.
He really, yeah. What does it
He's
do?
literally a god.
The Omega beam,
Mega beams, and he's like
bro.
trying to find the anti-life equation or something like that, so he
Yeah.
can make everyone his minions. Or it's crazy. It's just crazy.
And then
And
who's that dude that like never dies? Vandal Savage.
oh yeah, Vandal Savage. Yeah,
Bro,
yeah,
that's
yeah, yeah.
so interesting, dude.
There's Vandal Savage. Oh, another villain from DC. It's the computer, or it's not a computer, but it's like the intelligent being that's always learning and always it's trying to get all of the knowledge in the universe, and Superman has to face him from time to time. I forgot his name.
Me too, dude. Because I know what you're talking about,
I
but
need
the
to
name
let
is
me.
not.
This is worth finding out.
Yeah. Dude, speaking of Superman and his villains, dude, Doomsday.
Doomsday.
Beast.
Doomsday in and of himself, dude.
Beast,
He's
bro. That
oh,
whole.
Brainiac.
Bro,
Brainiac.
Brainiac. Yes, yes.
Ra's al
Absolutely, dude.
Ghul. Deathstroke.
Oh,
Come
dude.
on, man.
Come on,
Lex
bro.
Luthor. Dude,
Amazing.
these are all just great characters
Yeah,
from
dude.
both sides. It just makes you want to get into the makes you just want to get into that universe and learn everything about it, man. Yeah,
Absolutely, dude.
DC all the way. It
All day,
beats
dude.
Marvel in that way.
All day, man. All right. You ready for my last question, dude?
Yes, sir.
All right. If you could overnight add the face of any person you want on Mount Rushmore except you, who would it be? And well, let's just say that you have a whole legion of workers or minions ready to start sculpting and shit, right? Like, who would you make them sculpt or etch?
Mm, Lincoln's already on there.
And it doesn't have to be precedence, dude. You can do it for the meme. You can do it for something significant. It's all up to you, dude. Dude, how funny will it be if SpongeBob's face was the fifth face out there, bro?
Oh man.
Oh my god. But yeah, you can do it to be funny, or you can, actually put a face on there that means a lot to you.
Yeah, that means a lot, but I think John F. Kennedy was a great guy
Mm,
before he died. I think he deserves to be on there, and considering he was straight assassinated because of his ideas. He was one of the youngest presidents, man.
true. He has some side stuff going though, bro.
He did, but I mean, it was during a time when America was changing a lot, and he had all of these ideas, and
That's fair. But I
they
mean,
just kind of killed him.
yeah, right in Dallas too.
Yeah, in Dallas, you can literally there's an X marking the spot where he was shot.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
pretty historic stuff. But I mean, again, it doesn't have to be a precedent. But if you are leaning towards John F. Kennedy, then that's perfectly fine too.
John F. Kennedy, maybe Martin Luther King. Who else? Great people. Stick in our minds. Yeah, either of those two. What about you?
Yeah, I would have a black figure on there too, dude. Because people are starting to call Mount Rushmore a symbol of white supremacy now.
God.
So yeah, I would, if I was able to sculpt the fifth face on there, it would be like a very prominent black figure in our history.
Kevin
Oh,
Hart.
Kevin Hart, bruh.
Straight
And
up.
it's just a small ass face, bruh.
It's just a small face, and then right next to it you put Dave Chappelle.
Dude, I was honestly just about to say Dave
Yep,
Chappelle, the legend, bro.
legend.
He was in the GOAT conversation even before like he came back. Like he made his comeback in the last 5 years and then released all those specials on Netflix. Like he was in the GOAT conversation even before that. And after these
Yeah, yeah.
recent specials, dude, I mean, he is the GOAT, dude. It's not even it's not even up for debate anymore. Pretty sure Kevin Hart himself called Dave Chappelle the GOAT of comedy. So
Yeah, I even Dave Chappelle has a bit about him and Kevin Hart, doesn't he?
he does, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I remember that. I was actually watching that earlier today, which is why I said it.
Yeah. It's just about how his son thinks Kevin Hart is like funny and like, like the superstar, but then Dave's like, yo, that used to be me.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Did you have a name ready?
For Mount Rushmore,
Yeah.
uh, if I was gonna be like 100% serious, then probably MLK. And if it was like not as serious, then I would choose Dave Chappelle, dude. Like seriously.
Dave Chappelle?
Yeah. Or if I was being a little more serious, it honestly depends on how I'm feeling on that particular day, dude. Because it can really go both ways.
Right.
Yeah. All right, man. We're well over an hour.
Damn. Long call. I like it. It's
Yeah.
good stuff.
Good stuff, man. All right, guys. That's it for this week. Hopefully, we come back next week with the second part of the Black Lives Matter segment. Peace.
Yeah, I hope you're looking forward to that and more of these triple threat segments. And we're thinking of making another segment, us discussing what's going on in China. So look forward to that too. Hope y'all have a good day.